Hi boys and girls, it's Miss White, and today we are working on lesson number 6. Go ahead and make sure that you have the worksheet out for lesson 6. Oops, sorry, it looks just like this. Go ahead and write your name up at the top if you can. We're going to start by going over our alphabet strip like we have every other time. Does anyone remember how many letters are in the alphabet? There's 26 letters in the alphabet. Great job. All right, and the red letters we said are vowels, and the rest of the letters that are in black are called consonants. All right, the initial letter of the alphabet is A, and our end or final letter of the alphabet is Z. Good job. Let's say the alphabet together. We have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, and Z is our last letter of the alphabet. Great job, everyone. Next, I'm going to say some words that end in the same sound, and I want you to tell me what the end sound is, or the final sound. Big, hug, pig, hog. What's that ending sound you're hearing in there? It's G, right? Big, hug, pig, and hog. All right, we're going to do it with a few more other words. Fill, smell, pull. What sound are we hearing there at the end? L, right? All right. Snow, toe, grow. Oh. All right, next we have sit, flat, and hot. T. Yeah, we're hearing the T sound there at the end. All right, next, less, moss, and pass. Are we hearing the S at the end? All right, great job. Next, we're going to get our worksheet out. And I'm going to say some sounds, and then I want you to write them down, starting with number 1. Our first sound is N. So I want you to say N, and then we're going to say N together, and then I want you to write down N. Go ahead and write down N on number 1. Our second word is our second sound is going to be ah. Ah, O, and I want you to write down the O on your paper. Next is O, 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 and you're going to write down O again on number 3. You are going to have O on 2 and 3 because our O makes 2 different sounds, right? On number 4, T, 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 and then I want you to write down a T. Good job. And then our last sound is P, P, and then I want you to write it down on number 5. Thank you. All right, next I'm gonna have you echo some words for me. It, ill, ill, if. What sound are you hearing at the beginning of that word? I. You're right. I. It is the sound that you hear in the initial sound of those words. Put your finger on your vocal cords while you say I. I. Do you feel vibration? I. I do. So what does that mean? That means that I sound is voiced. And voiced means that our vocal cords are vibrating and we can feel them. Let's write down some letters, some words. We have it. We have ill, and we have if. What letter do you see that might be making that I sound that's the same in all three words? It's this I. I makes the I sound. All right, all these words begin with the I sound. Remember that all vowels have at least two sounds, right? We just learned that with O. We have A and O. So I, we learned first, that's the short vowel sound. All right. So then, when we're learning about the capital letter I is not just a letter. It's a word, right? It means like yourself. I did something. I am making you this video. So when we write I as a word, it's always capital. All right. Let's practice skywriting a capital I. Remember, arms straight, and we're going to go down, and then we go up across the top of our line and across the bottom of our line. And then when we make a lowercase I, we come down. On our handwriting line, we would just start below the dots, so it's shorter. It's about half as much as the capital I. And then we come back up and we put a dot on the top of that I, a little dot. All right, get your worksheet out. We're going to practice writing our I's. So you can see we just go down, and then we put a little line across the top and across the bottom to make our I. And then we do our lowercase I. We start in the middle and go down to the line, and then we put a dot above it. Everyone see? Go ahead and write one more I for me. Capital and lowercase. So then we're going to move on to our first keyword photo. Listen to the clues and tell me if you can guess it before I show it to you all. All right. This is something we use when we measure. It's marked on a ruler and it rhymes with pinch. Did anybody guess it? Our keyword picture is inch. Inch. So when we see this picture, we're going to say inch, to help us remember. All right, our next keyword begins with the I sound. Remember, our vowels always make a sound, and then they also make two sounds, and then their second sound is the same as their letter. So I is our other sound that we're making. This keyword, see if you can guess it, it's made of ice. You might see it hanging from your roof when it's cold outside. It's thin and it's pointed. Does anybody know what it is? Did anybody guess? Icicle. So when we see this, we'll say icicle, I. All right, good job. So on your worksheet, I want you, on number 6, to write down the sound that you hear when I say I. I, you say I, we say I, and then we write down an I on number 6. On number 7, it's going to be the same, but we're doing the long sound for the I. So it's I, and write down I. Good job. Let's practice some coding. Let's use the word tint. Here we have a vowel that's followed by consonants. So we know that we're going to put a brev on top of the I, and the I is going to be short. T, I, n, t, tint. All right. Our next word that we're going to do, we did this one last time, is no. Is our vowel followed by a consonant? There's nothing here. So we know that makes our O say its name, and it gets a macron. So it's N-O. No. Good job. All right. In this word, who knows what sound this letter makes? T, t. Good job. All right. Get your worksheet out. We're going to look in code number 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to write them up here because it's easier for you to see than on my worksheet. Our first one is I. Well, it's by itself, and we talked about how I by itself is a word, and it says its name, I, so we're going to put a brev on top. The I by itself is always going to say I. It's never going to say I. Our next word is tip. Here we have vowel, consonant, so that our I gets a brev, and it's t-i-p, tip. Good job. And our last one is pin. Again, we have vowel, consonant, so our I gets a brev, and it's p-i-n. Good job, pin. Alrighty. Out of those 3 words, does anyone know which word matches? Is this an I, a tip, or a pin? It looks like a pin to me. So you can draw a line from pin to the pin. Good job. All right, next we're going to practice a little spelling. I'm going to give you the word to spell, and then you're going to practice spelling it, and then we'll spell it together. The first word for number 11 is no. N-O. N-O. Go ahead and write it down. Like I've said in other videos, you can pause right now if you want to take the time to write it down yourself, and then unpause it once you've got it, because I'm going to move along through them so you're not just sitting here waiting. We're not waiting for everyone to write them down. But if you want to pause so that you have a chance to do that, that's fine. I'm going to sound out N-O. No. Number 12, we're going to do not. N-a-t. 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 Not. N-O-T. Good job, everyone. Number 13 is going to be tin. T-I-n. T-n. T-I-n. T-I-I-N. Tin. Good job. Next, we're going to look at number 14. What is that a picture of? It's a pot. Think about the sounds in p, a, t, and write them down on number 14. P, a, t. P, a, t. Good job. Number 15. If you don't know what that is, that's a top. That's like a toy, an old, kind of older toy that we don't use so much, but it's t, a, p, t, a, p, t, a, p. Top. Alrighty. That's all for our worksheet today. You guys did a great job. Now on your own, we're going to turn it around. We're going to do the same thing. We are going to write and practice writing our capital I's and our lowercase i's. The more we practice, the better they get, right? Here, we're going to practice coding just like we did on the page before, using our brevs and maybe a macron, but I don't think we're going to use a macron here. Here we're going to sound out and spell the words. Oh, and up here you can match whatever this one is, you can match it to the word. And then down here, I think this is new on these worksheets. It's a high-frequency word box. These are words we're starting to learn and that you should start practicing so you can recognize them and see them and know exactly what they are. You can practice this with an adult or an older brother or sister or something or at home. So get that done, and I will see you on the next video.